Renovo friend. Today I am here with Sara Patterson in Arkansas. Sara, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and so Sara, you're with Cedar Run Farm and you work with thoroughbreds out there. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, we're here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. So we have one of the major thoroughbred racing tracks here, which is Oaklawn Park. I moved down here to Hot Springs from Kansas, is where I'm originally from. I moved here like 7 years ago, and we started a little farm outside of town. And currently, we do a lot of raising and racing thoroughbreds. We have a lot of clients. They're not all ours. We've got about 200 acres and give or take around 100 thoroughbreds here at all times, from babies on up to older brood mares. So
Wow.
that's kind of what we do. Yeah, we do a lot of layups, things that have just need a break, or things that have had surgery, or things like that. So we do everything.
Wow, well, that sounds fun, amazing, and very busy.
Yes, it is.
Yes, and job security for you for sure. So tell us how you heard about Renovo.
Well, we have a really good local vet here that I work very close with, named Dr. Jess Clement. And he kind of started, I knew he started into the Renovo stuff, and I'm always willing to try something new. I remember when Renovo came out, he had a lot of good things to say about it, really wanted to get out there and push it and try it. And, we've always used a lot of the different, like PRP and different, a lot of the different things. And we're always willing to try something new. And like I said, we trust him wholeheartedly. He's done great things for us. And so my first experience with Renovo is we had a weanling. It was, I think it was about she was about 8 days old, and she had stuck her foot through a metal fence and kind of took all the hide off of her right at her shin. It went completely from her knee clear down to her ankle. So the whole front of her shin, completely did a lot of damage. And it was a weanling that, of course, we had high hopes for, that we were going to send to a sale. And you know how they are at a sale, they don't like to see any scarring or anything like that. So Jess had told me, he said, "Oh, there's some new stuff called Renovo. We should try that out because, they say it'll help, break up a lot of the scarring that you'll have." So we actually injected her twice, I think, with Renovo. And right then, I knew that it would be something that we would continue to use. Very, very minimal scarring for as much damage that the wound was huge. And it had, I think, when we finally got it all healed up, right under her knee, you could see just a little bit of a scar line where it was. But it worked really well. And what I was impressive about it was how fast it worked, compared to when you don't do anything to a wound like that, or using anything else, even, your different stabs and stuff like that. Just using, the Renovo, injecting it into the scar tissue and into the wound made a huge difference.
Wow, that is great to hear. We are seeing so much success with scars, even old scars. But of course, the sooner you can get it injected, the better. Great. Yes. What are some other experiences you've had with Renovo?
Another one we had, it was a retired racehorse that we had, and she had foundered really bad in a front foot. And we were constantly having to keep her in a certain kind of a natural balance shoe. But the problem was her hoof wall was almost at just a standstill. The growth was, we couldn't get anywhere. You check back in 8 weeks and she wasn't growing any foot at all. And so Jess had the idea of actually injecting Renovo all around the cornet band to see if maybe we could help growth, and it was from an old injury from racing. And it actually made a huge difference. We were at the point where we were gluing on shoes, we were casting on shoes. And now, we did this twice, and now she's in natural balance shoes with all the nails in her feet. I mean, it really worked for her. It went from, I mean, her growth is still small, but it's huge for her because she's a mare that's been extremely difficult. We had been fighting with her for over a year at this point, and we were kind of up to trying anything. And so we tried the Renovo around, and it actually worked. It helped kind of promote growth. And so that's another successful Renovo story that we've had.
Wow, I love that. So it's working in younger horses, it's working in older horses. So
yes,
it does not matter.
Yes.
And you also have experience with an eye. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we did. We had one of our stallions that we used to breed. He had gotten a really bad eye ulcer, and it was taking a long time to heal. We couldn't get it to, it was kind of just sitting, and we were using all the normal eye things. And we had one of the eye catheters in, and Jess had an idea of trying actually just using Renovo as a drop to kind of just drop into the eye. And we used that, and it worked. He was back to normal within a week or so. Everything had kind of grown back, and everything looked good, and he's made a full recovery.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love that the veterinarians are really, thinking about different ways that they can use this to help with, soft tissue and ulcers. And I think you also had tendons that you worked on with Renovo.
We did. I've had several horses here that have bowed a tendon or had some kind of a hole or damage to a tendon that are racing. And we have done, doc will come out and we do some injections into the tendon, and it has worked better than most of the other products, quicker. The racetrack people, they want, like anybody else, but they want something that works quick. And it worked. Both the horses, well, I think actually all of them that I know of, but two of them came back and ran here at Oaklawn and had some success, and they made a complete recovery with very little scarring in the tendon. A couple of them you couldn't hardly even tell where the original injury had started.
Wow, that is so impressive, Sara. Really appreciate all your stories and hearing these great testimonials from what's happening out in the field. Sara, what would you say to someone who has not yet tried Renovo?
I would definitely tell somebody that hadn't tried Renovo that they, that is something that they definitely, I guarantee you, won't just do it one time. Well, if you give Renovo a chance, you will be amazed at the results you're going to get. I know a lot of people want to kind of still, it might be a little on the pricier side of some treatments, but I know that it is definitely worth your time, because it's something that, a lot of these things that in my experience, we've had to inject or do regularly. Renovo has made it where it might only need to be done once or twice, and the results that you see has been extremely impressive. I mean, we're going to definitely keep using it, and I go ahead and try to get all my other clients to try it out, and I've been very impressed with it.
Wow. Well, Sara, we appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and all the best to you and all the thoroughbreds out at Cedar Run Farm. Thank you.
Thank you.